Hello everybody, so my name is Jessica Pisani, and for vlog 4 we are going to be talking about couples therapy book that we have been reading all semester. It's called Couples Therapy, A New Hope Focused Approach, which is written by Jennifer Ripley and Everett Worthington. And so the questions that I will be answering is, what are some concepts and some strengths that this approach brings? So I will talk about that one first. This is a very Christian-based textbook, in that you could see a lot of undertones in talking about faith. So that might be, depending on your background, a strength. If you are following the Christian faith, that may be something that you may be drawn to, as the book and this theory really stress work. They stress love, so like creating your boundaries with people and the bond between your partner that you have, and finally like a faith or just like an overall higher power, whether that be with a God or higher spirit that you may believe in each other and also in yourself. And so that may be really reassuring for some people to see or to kind of experience. So I'm really drawn to that theory because of that. Like, I did not grow up religious at all. However, just like reestablishing faith in yourself and faith in your partner is a lot of things that sometimes are missing from counseling sessions. So then we have, what would be some possible obstacles to overcome in a variety of settings. So like I mentioned, like, one, if the person or the couple is not of Christian faith, modifying this approach to take some of the stress off of religion in building that faith in each other and in yourself may be something to potentially overcome, or that people can overcome. Also talking about, the book really stresses when we go in, repair the damaged emotional bonds. I do have my notes up, so sorry. We stress about repairing the damage of emotional bonds, so help stabilizing a lot of that impact that may have been done, or that repair that needs to happen based on our hurt that we may have experienced prior to this relationship, or even in the relationship, really, if there's been doubts of any cheating or infidelity. Really, this theory just in general stresses apology and forgiveness, a lot of the core concepts that you can also see in Christianity. And then finally, like, I find this book really talking about reconciliation. So a lot of times we talk a lot about apologizing and forgiving, as I just said, but finally, like, how do we move past this? And then really helping the couple have the teachings so that they can continue to move forward and reconcile other problems that come up. And so this is a really short burst for therapy, which I think a lot of people might be drawn into, as they may have been unsuccessful in other forms of therapy. So utilizing just a short, I'm not sure how short some of these sessions were. I believe I have it in my notes somewhere in here. But really, just if people are stressed out from having other failed attempts at therapy, or even just having partners who are kind of over it at this point, having them come in, building that faith in themselves, and faith in others, having that love, that bond that you had with that one person. And then finally, like, talking about faith. So what does that look like for them? Do they have any key ideas that really should be stressed in this therapy approach in comparison to others? And so then our final question is, what, if any, key ideas impressed you the most in this text? So I think it's a very jam-packed session. If we are going to have shorter sessions with clients, this is going to be stuff that we are actively teaching them in very short amount of time, because therapy is all about teaching our clients about how they can move forward after the therapy session. But really looking at bringing in like a religious text to this is super important for a lot of different people. And so realizing all of these different approaches that they have, just overall for therapy approaches, and really understanding that this is like a Cliff Notes version. It's a very shortened version. It's going to be very condensed and very dense with material, But if they're successful in that and creating at the end their Joshua project, if they're religious, if not, like a final project for them to complete to really encompass what they've learned, how do they put it into action, and how they work together as a team, can really help them move forward after the therapy session is completed. And so that was something that I found really impressive, is that the short amount of time, how much material we're able to give to them and how much they can actually take from our sessions or from our teachings and move forward after this has been completed, which a lot of the material that was at the very end shows that this is a very successful approach in that people are able to remember a lot. They are able to reconcile, apologize, forgiveness, all of these core concepts, and really move forward from it, which is great for people to be in therapy and have just an overall great impression of what not only counselors and therapists do, but also just the approaches, because a lot of times people have inferences on what's happened in therapy, not only to themselves, but to people near to them. And so really having a positive experience with this could also impact their social circle as well. And so I think that that was everything for this. I really enjoyed this class, and I think that this is definitely one of my favorite approaches that we've talked about all semester. All right, bye-bye.